Christmas has come early for Barney. Come Santa Claus. Behold the mighty Hemi. Behold the ugly piece of plastic. Hi everybody and welcome to Photomikes Garage. Okay, so today we're going to get rid of that ugly piece of plastic right there and we're going to replace it with an LMI intake. That stands for Legmaker. Yes, it's one of the best intakes out there for the Hellcat and it's going on my car today. Now you've probably seen a few install videos perhaps on the LMI intake and this one's going to be a little different because I'm going to do it without a net. I have not looked at any instructions or any videos on how to install the Legmaker intake. I'm sure it's quite simple. I'm sure I can do it without any help at all. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is remove the old intake. Obviously, we're going to remove the sensors here, the PC valve type of thing here, and this should all just come out and then LMI inside there, no problem. Okay. Here's what comes with the Legmaker intake. A high quality and very large air filter, a sort of a silicone coupler, very high quality carbon intake tube. As you can see, it's got all the fittings that you need, and also it's very smooth on the inside, so there's no air restriction here at all, and it's carbon. Yes. A couple of very high quality clamps, very high quality, and of course a Legmaker decal, and also a cover. I think this protects it from the water, a outerwear pre-filter. Don't know if I'm going to use that or not. So you can see it's a very simple kit, so how hard can it be? And of course the Legmaker cover that goes over the air filter. Fantastic. This is heavy metal. I'm gonna loosen this first. Okay, that's pretty easy. Does that just pull straight out? I don't know. I don't know how that comes out. Does that just pull straight out? This, I'm gonna need some Torx bits for this. Okay, this is starting to look more complicated. This looks simple enough right here. Start undoing this one. Okay, I'm getting a Torx bit to try and take off this airflow sensor. This is a number 20. Let's see if this works. Okay, that loosens that one and that one. After the two Torx screws are removed, this comes straight out. Ooh, look at that. That looks very complicated. We'll just put that over here for now. This particular size is 8mm. And that comes right off really nice and easy. Okay, once you get this rubber piece off, this piece can come right out. This is the top of the air filter. That's it, right out. There we go. That is a big ass air filter. That is big ass. Let's see what kind of shape we're in here. Okay, it's a little bit dirty. It's a little bit dirty, but we're replacing that with a new filter, so that's no problem. Ooh, does that ever go down in there? Oh. There's a little bit of noise here coming from the motor. Maybe you can hear it. Did you hear that? What does that mean? Am I doing something wrong? Is my engine unhappy with me? That is one big throttle body. Look at that. That's huge. See? Look how big that is. You can fit your hand right in there. Of course it's big. It's a Hemi. Look at this big, huge well area. So air comes from below here as well as from the intake here. Okay, I think to get this tub out, this air filter tub out, I'm gonna have to move this tank this way, just to get things out, just to have more room to work on things. 10mm socket to remove these 2 bolts. Okay, I still can't figure out how to get this box out, but this, I think I figured out. You can take this rubber piece off, because I got the clamps loose, and this piece goes right in that hole, and all you gotta do is keep working it. See, it's got a little lip. It's got a little lip right there, and you guys gotta keep working that, and that'll get past the inside, and there you go. But what's holding it from coming out is this tube. It's got little tabs. I've already broken one tab. You gotta push these up, and then push it that way, and then up. Okay, just gotta manhandle it.
Now we play the waiting game. No, the waiting game sucks. Let's play Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Okay, so this is the air intake that feeds the stock filter. The air comes through here. And actually, let's see if we can see here. Can you see in there? That is a long tube that goes all the way to the front of the grill. It's a long sort of rectangular tube. I guess you can't really see. Anyway, it goes a long ways in. We have to get this guy out. Okay, I got everything out, but sorry for being sexist, but I had to manhandle it. And I cracked it. I don't see how this can fit. See how big this is? How is this gonna fit out of this area here? See how wide that is? Okay, so that's that wide between the metal here and what looks like the headlight. This looks like a HID ballast is right here, HID ballast, and as you can see, that's how wide that is, and that's how wide that is. So you're not gonna get this out without cracking it, which I did. And not only that, I also broke off the tab here, and this is what was holding it in. And I can see now, I was trying to get this off with the pliers on this side, and that's just not going to work. It's got to be pulled off from this side, and you can't get to it unless you take the bumper off. So I don't feel bad about cracking that. I haven't watched all the videos on how everyone else has done it, but yeah, that is that's really hard to get off. Look at this intake tube. Okay, that's definitely smaller than your throttle body, but then it necks down to, look how small it goes. Sure, it comes out to a trumpet shape, but look at the size here. It's not very big. Not really that big. So no loss here. Throw these parts away. Throw them away. Okay, the next part I'm going to try and get on is air filter. I did it! First time! First try I got the air filter on. Alright. Okay, so this to cinch down the rubber coupler, to tighten the rubber coupler here, we need a 10mm, and you actually need a long socket here, just like this. So putting on this intake is been not quite as easy as I had hoped, so it's time for a monster break. Okay, as you can see, I've sort of got it in place, but the final fitting is what's a little difficult here. Okay, I've got the large air filter attached here and tightened. This is your carbon, beautiful carbon tube. Still have to attach the mass airflow sensor here, plus this has to go right here too. And you use these two beautiful industrial looking turbo style clamps to clamp this on. Now, the one thing you got to make sure is that you don't want your carbon tube hitting this thing. You don't want it to hit right here, which it almost is on the body. You also don't want it to rest on top of the oil lines, which are right down here. Don't know if you can see. So all that. And what I also noticed is that, don't know if you can see it here, but this lines up this way, and then the actual throttle body is angled this way, so it's a little bit off. For example, the tube doesn't go in straight this way, it's coming in this way a bit. So this, as you can see, is a little bit off here. So if I try to make it, see? That's what I mean. It's coming in at an angle. Now, it still might work, but right now, it kind of doesn't fit perfectly. Not perfectly, no. Yeah, this is gonna look great, but it's just the final fiddling that is kind of difficult to make everything fit here. So that's what actually is taking a little bit of time. Taking the old stock box out, that was difficult, as you could see. And putting this one in, which I thought would be super easy, it's not so easy after all. Okay, so keep in mind that I have to get this into the rubber coupling over here. I also have to get it down low enough so the cover plate will go over, and that's at this level here. So I've got to rotate this. I'm going to rotate this. Also, this has to reach it, so I have to rotate it. There we go. Get the air filter to be pointing downward. Okay. Okay, so that's roughly the position that we want, but this plate has got to go over. It fits into a slot right there. I'm just doing a little test fitting right now. Okay, this is sort of my final positioning of the air intake. These two are cinched up, these are tight. This tube is going to stay here. The air filter's in its spot. It's not hitting the metal here. It is pretty close to this little bracket, but it's not hitting it. And down here, it's just clearing the oil tubes right here. So that should be okay, but is the Legmaker plate going to fit on top of this? Because this is coming up a little bit. So that's the last part of the install, aside from putting in a couple of little connectors here. We're just going to put the Legmaker in there and we'll be done. Now we got to put the Legmaker plate on. Now this is not just for looks, this is also going to protect your air filter from any water that's coming through your vents. Included in the kit is a water repellent shield that you just put over this and attach that. I'm not going to put that on for now. For now, let's get on the Legmaker plate. As you can see, this plate fits into the little slot right there. There's a little nub, and in between is a slot. So you put one edge right in there, push it up tight, and then you're going to reinstall the bolt that you took out here, the 8mm bolt. Now you've got to put in this thing, which should go in fairly easy, but I find I have to be careful because if you push this in too hard, the whole grommet will come in. Okay, I got it into the hole. It took a bit of doing because this grommet wants to be pushed right back, right into the tube here, so you got to take it careful. Yeah, I had to go slow on that one. That one's in. Now let's put the mass airflow sensor back in. That's this beautiful little thing over here, and this will only go in one way, so you can't mess it up. See, if you go in the opposite way, the holes, they don't line up. Only one way to put this in, and this is the way. Okay, you just cinch these up just snug with the Torx bit. Again, this is a number 20. Now that's installed. Reinstall our connector. Can only go on one way. Okay, so installation is done. Okay, everybody, that's the install of the Legmaker intake. It took me a little bit longer than I thought. I think it looks fantastic. Now the next thing to do is take it out on the road and see what it sounds like. I'm really looking forward to hearing that whine. Not the whine from my kids, the whine from the car. That whine. Oh, that was
Caution,
good.
red light camera ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like a freight train going like that. I mean, a freight train doesn't actually sound like that, but you know, it just keeps on going. I love that sound. That supercharger sound. That's what everybody wants, and that's what I have now with the LMI intake.
The speed limit is 50 kilometers per hour.
Okay, I'm slowing down. Okay. That is addicting. My gas mileage is going to go down to 0. It's already bad as it is because I just love to hear that whine. Just a little bit right now, right there. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. Whoa.
The speed limit is 50 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, there's the whine, baby. There's the whine. So there you have it. I'm really loving it. I love the sound of this intake. It's pretty expensive, but I think it's worth it. A lot of 9-second Hellcats have this intake, and now so does Barney. And I think it's worth it for the sound alone. Anyway, thanks for watching Photomikes Garage. I will see you next time. Oh, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe for more. I wonder what I can sell this for on eBay. What do you think? Maybe $500-600 bucks? Slightly broken Hellcat intake. Yes.